What's up guys, how you doing today? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today video is a response to MIT case study from an actual Uber driver in Canada. I want to tell you if MIT is even close to the actual numbers. With that being said, let's get started. MIT got one thing right. Uber drivers do not count their expenses a lot of times. But there is also one more thing that they got wrong, because regular people who are driving to work also never count their expenses for the vehicle. And let's get closer. Let's look at it in detail, because this is something that MIT focuses everyone's attention on, but they're at the same time your attention is going away from something else that's very important. Let's first look at what Uber drivers do not focus on. There is an extra insurance that you have to pay for Uber. Yeah, rideshare insurance, there's an extra cost. There is also GST. In some provinces you have to collect HST as well. For example, in Alberta it's just 5% GST. It's not that much. Let me show you my latest trip. Now, I drove on this one for 50 minutes. That's how much money I got. Now, if you look at one of my trips in detail, got a $3 tip here. Uber fee is $5.60. Yeah. So fare is $22.38. Booking fee, that doesn't matter much. What matters is GST is $1.25. Now, that $1.25 for that trip, I, as an Uber driver, collect on behalf of Uber. What I don't like about this system is that Uber drivers are collecting and keeping GST for Canada revenue. I would actually prefer Uber to collect GST on my behalf, but this way it makes me feel like I'm making more, but I'm actually having $1.25 GST that I have to later on give back to the government. Now, MIT might be right on it, but there is something that I have to tell you. As an Uber driver, you're spending money for your car. The expenses there's lots of expenses associated with your car, but there's also many ways to save up money on that. So first expense, I would say, it's tires. You have to have tires, you have to have oil change, you have to have insurance, and insurance is more expensive for rideshare. It's not like a regular. I pay $100 more per month on insurance, more for full coverage, just because I drive for Uber. So if I used to pay $230, right now I'm paying $330 for my full coverage for my insurance. But it's because I have a good vehicle, and the only reason why I'm paying like that is because my car is on finance, so I don't really own the car yet. Once I pay it off, I can probably downgrade my insurance into less coverage. So that's what I'm paying for my insurance. Also, oil changes, gas expenses, seat covers. I have a steering wheel cover. I also have a dash camera. So all of those expensive extra wires. You want to have a bunch of this stuff in your car. You see, I have some extras here for your phone chargers, because customers sometimes need them. Some other extra stuff that you give away. All of those are expenses. Now the thing is, you're also paying GST on that. And what Uber drivers sometimes might not know is that whatever GST I paid on this one, I can actually get it back because it's a business expense. If I'm not wrong, that's what my accountant said, you can actually get GST from the business expenses. So if I'm spending it for the car, I get the GST back. In reality, how it works is I just get to keep a portion of GST that I collected on behalf of the customers. Now, some drivers don't know about that, but that's a good tip. Also, all of those expenses, but at the same time, MIT and other people don't look at it this way. Okay, now when you're going to work, for example, you're working in an office somewhere, I don't know, for example, like myself, I drive to Rocky View for my office, all right? I'm working there. It takes me half an hour to drive there. Now, if I take my car from Calgary and I drive to Rocky View, it's a lot of kilometers. It's a half an hour drive on a highway. Basically, if I drive a car from here to there, I'm paying for gas every day. At least, I might say maybe, I don't know how much, $7, $10, something in that range. That's a lot of gas. my car is also getting wasted. I spend, like, I have to change oil, the mileage is going up, depreciation, everything piles up. Now, what I make at that workplace, I'm not going to tell you the number. What I'm making there is an X amount that I don't pay taxes on. So whatever an employer is promising you, you have to deduct taxes from it, and then what you get is what is left after the taxes, right? I'm driving to my workplace, I have to pay for my own gas. I still have to have an insurance. I still have to pay for tires and car maintenance. My car depreciates. Now, if I do the same thing as a business owner, sole proprietor, or corporation, I'm doing it for business purposes. If I was self-employed, just like with Uber, I'm a contractor who is going to meet another contractor, work-related travel, I can actually deduct that as a business expense. Now, lots of people are saying Uber drivers are making $337. Yeah, that might be a true number. If we start counting how much I pay for example, for the mortgage and all the expenses, I start counting everything, I'll tell you I'm making almost nothing, like totally, because we all do that. But at the same time, if you're working for an employer, if you cut down all of the insurance, all of the expenses that you spend for your car to get there, it will be also less. And you cannot just judge something like that. You just cannot deduct everything. Otherwise, if you look at most people that I know, everyone is living not everyone, but majority of people are living in Canada and US are living paycheck to paycheck. It's just people don't know how to manage their expenses. Now, you cannot say that Uber is that bad just because people don't know how to manage their own expenses. What I'm trying to say is there would be no Uber drivers at all if people were not making anything. Why are there experienced Uber drivers? If I'm making so less, how the hell did I make this money in 1 hour? Office jobs, every office job is paying that much of money. Of course, I have to pay my own taxes. Now talk to your accountant. You can always figure out a way how to pay less taxes. You can talk to a CPA. They'll tell you all the ways you can deduct. For example, don't take this information as 100% correct. I think it is for X amount of kilometers you can deduct 55 cents per kilometer, and then it goes down to 45 cents per kilometer. So basically, if I say that I drove this is how much I made. From $32 here, yes, I would have to pay GST, I would have to pay my car expenses. I did some calculations because I count my expenses. I would say from this $32 on gas, I would say I spend around maybe from $5 to $7 maximum, not more than that. About $5, I would say it's more accurate. Then car depreciation, about $1 from this amount. But depreciation, it's basically, I don't have to use, it's not an expense because I keep it, right? But I would say, okay, $1 for depreciation, and also car maintenance, tires, and all sorts of oil changes. If you calculate the mileage, how much kilometers you spend, it's going to be another $1.50. Now, okay, let's say altogether, GST on this amount, $3 tip there, it's all of this is roughly saying GST $2.50 that I keep for the government, $2 for the depreciation and the oil changes and everything. So it's already $5 I lost on this one, right? Now GST and the expense, now $5 for the gas, right? $10. Okay, $10 of expenses. Now from the $10, it's $22 per hour. $22 per hour and left from the 32 amount. Now if I take this $22 per hour that I made, you count how much I get deductions from the taxes from the gas, it's going to be about $15 that are not taxable. So basically I have to pay taxes from about $7. And taxes from $7 depends on which revenue stream and depends on how you file it. It's, let's say $2. Let's say $2 of taxes. anyways, it ends up being $20 per hour. It's not $3 per hour. If from that amount, all of the deductions would be close to $20. I'm roughly saying. I want to find how MIT actually calculated the number, because my car is different from your car and it's different from other Uber driver car. Depends on the value of the car, depends on the fuel consumption, on the engine size, and lots of other variables. You cannot just bluntly say averaging $3. I say it's closer to $20 after taxes, which means is you are taking home close to $20. How much salary do you have to get to bring home $20 per hour? I say at least you have to be making 22 something or 23 something, so you would get, because employers, how they do it, for example, you get a job, you get $20 per hour, right? You're not bringing home $20 because there's CPP and all those deductions, accountants know better. You bring less, you bring a couple of bucks less always than you're promised. And this is not bad. I mean, it's not $3. So yeah, I know so many people who quit their regular jobs just to do Uber just because they know they can make more money. Currently, I work in logistics. I cannot say any more about it. I can just say Uber-related things. I know that those drivers who work in logistics are driving for Uber part-time, and they are drivers, and there is no problem with that. They have been driving their trucks, they've been driving their vans, deliveries and everything, and they find Uber being reasonable. If they find Uber being reasonable, how can I even comment or something on drivers who have been in the delivery services their entire life, in logistics? So if it works for them, and those guys are actually, they know way more than I do about their expenses of their vehicle. If it makes sense for them, why wouldn't it make sense to you? So what I'm trying to say is, there is still opportunity to make money with Uber. Of course, it's not a job for everyone. It might not work for you like it works for me and for other people. But you know what? I would say if you have nothing else and you want to try it, I would say go ahead and try it. It's not that bad. At least you're going to get that sign-up bonus. And that's it. You don't have to stay. You can just try it and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work, no problem. You can always stop, because you are not an employee, you're a subcontractor. And that's the benefit of it. You create your own hours and you do whatever the hell you want. You want to drive, you drive. You don't drive. I drove for this week, I just drove that for 50 minutes, yeah. I seriously just drove for 50 minutes. I might drive on weekends, but that's why I was just driving from work, and I'm driving from Rocky View. I just turn on my application, I get someone else to pay for my gas. It works great for me. It might work great for you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the links are right under the video, so you can claim your bonuses if you want to claim. If you're already signing up for Uber, they're trying not to give away those bonuses. You can still claim it retroactively, and I will leave all the information right under this video, so you can go ahead and claim and get paid that bonus. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a good one, and we will see you in next video.